Hello students. So today we will see about the next exercise, that is OSPF, open shortest path first. Okay. So already I have told you about various kinds of distance vector routing. It is also a one kind of open shortest path first. Okay. So first we will see about what is OSPF. So a OSPF is used to find the shortest path among different types of routers. So we have to find the shortest path. So this is our next exercise. Okay. So the advantages of open shortest path first is it is a standard open routing protocol. Okay. So it is also a link state routing protocol, which means we are connecting from one router to another router. Okay. And so the algorithm is used to find the shortest path is Digistas. Okay. So the hop count may be unlimited. So these are all the various characteristics of open shortest path first routing protocol, right? Okay. These are all the commands. Let us see how this work. Okay. So as previous class itself, I have discussed about how to choose a PC. So I'm going to take three different networks along with three different routers. Okay. So I have to design. Let us take 6 PCs, and then I'm going to choose a router. Okay. Three different routers, which means they are connected with two other different networks. Okay. One is from this router to this router, and from this router to this routers. Okay. Now I'm going to take switches. So this is my switch. This is another switch and third switch. Okay. Now I have to connect with cables. Here's my normal cable. In this way you have to connect. I hope you understand in previous class itself. This is my serial cable. This is my another serial cable. Okay. Right. Okay. So next I have to design my IP. So for which I'm going to give a node for this PC 192.168.1.2 network. Okay. So this belongs to 3. This belongs to my one network. Okay. Since this is my router. Okay. So this one is 3. Okay. So now this network. Okay. This belongs to 2 network. Okay. 2.1, sorry, 2.2 and 2.3. This belongs to 2.1. This belongs to 3.1. This belongs to 3.2. This belongs to 3.3. So I have three different network. Okay, so actually, if you see here, I have three different networks. So this pod is one series. Okay, so this pod is one series network. How it becomes one dot series? Okay, so this pod, this pod two series. Okay, this pod three series. This belongs to three series. So I have three different networks. Okay, this belongs to one network which has a one source router. This belongs to another network. It also has a another source router, and this belongs to the third router. So it also has a source router, right? Okay, now what I'm going to do, so I'm going to configure this three router as a OSPF. Okay, so for communicating from one router to another router, I have to configure with different IP networks. Okay, since telephone network uses some different IP address. For this, I'm going to configure this one as a. Let us configure this 192.168.4.1 series, and this belongs to 4.2 series. Okay, so this edge and this edge, these two routers uses again some different IP networks. So let us configure this as 5.1 and let it maybe 5.2, right? Okay, right. Okay, so now I have to configure this PC as static IP address. Go to static 192.168.1.2 network and subnet mask. So 192.168.1.1, right? So I have configured source address. So now I'm going to configure my second PC. So this PC may be 192.168.1.3. Give subnet mask and now give the main gateway of my PC. Since my gateway is for this PC is this router. Okay, this router, and for this PC also my gateway is this router. So for that reason I have defined my gateway as 192.168.1.1, right? Okay, now I have to configure the routers. Okay, go to config. So the router is communicated for these two PCs fast Ethernet 0 bar 0. Okay, so click on fast Ethernet 0 bar 0. First switch on the network, and what is our IP? So our IP address is 192.168.1.1. Give subnet mask. Successfully we have configured the first routers. Okay, so now we have to configure the second router, that is router 2. Okay, so open the router, go to config. So the other end of the router 1 is connected to router 2. So this end may be serial 2.0. Okay, so click on serial 2.0. So click on the type IP address, that is 192.168.4.2. Give tab. So this router is connected to a other network, that is fastnet 0 which is 2.1 0. So click switch on. So what is our IP address? 192.168.2.1 the subnet mask, and this router is connected to other end, that is serial 3/0. So click on that serial 3/0, click switch on. So here you have, there is a timer, that is this router needs a clock to update the information. So here you have to set the clock rate. So for my convenience, I'm going to assign this clock rate as 64,000, which means 64 pulses will generate in each and every seconds. Okay, for immediate transactions. Okay, so this means that serial 3/0, the IP address is 192.168.5.5.1 give subnet mask. Okay, successfully we have configured the second router. So I think we forget the configuration of this router. That is why the link has not been up. Okay, open the router, go to serial 2/0, serial 2/0, click on serial 2/0. See here, we have not configured the IP address. So this router also requires a clock because it shows a clock needed. Okay, so click switch on, click on a clock rate. I'm going to define 64,000. The IP address may be 192.168.4.1. Give tab. Successfully, we have switched on the routers. So if you see here, students, the link is updated because you see a small triangle with green in color. This means both the routers have been updated. Okay. If you see this side, the link has not been still up because we have not configured the other end of the router, that is third router. Okay, open the router. So before going to third router, let us configure the system IPs. Okay, go to IP configurations. Okay, so here type 192.168.2.2, give tab. 192.168.2.1. So this IP is 2.3. 192.168.2.3, give tab. 192.168.2.1 is the fourth IP address, right? Now we have to configure the third router. Open the third router, go to config. So the serial cable is directly connected to serial 2.0. First switch on the router. As this router doesn't require a clock rate, so leave it as it is. So now type 192.168.5.2, give tab. So this router is connected to other end. It is fast version 0/0. Click on. So what is the IP address? 192.168.3.1. So tab. Now configure the system IPs. Desktop IP 192.168.3.2. You have tab 2.168.3.1. Go to desktop IP configuration 192.168.3.3, 192.168.3.1. So successfully we have configured all the three routers with static IPs. Let us check whether it is working or not. Still we have not configured our OSPF. Okay, initially it get failed. If you check second time from this PC to this PC, get successful. If you check from here to here, first initially it get failed. It has to boot up to take process. Second time is successful. If you check from this PC to this PC, initially it get failed. If you check from here also, it get failed. Again, if you check from this to this, it gets successful. You check from here to here, successful. You check from here to here, failed. Check from here to here, successful, right? If you check from here to here also, it gets successful. If you check from here to here also, it gets successful, right? But if here, if you go to the router, click on CLI, command line interfaces, to configure OSPF, open the first routers, okay? As this is the first router, okay, router.pt. So type enable configure terminal, okay. To configure OSPF, you have to type router OSPF and give autonomous number. So this autonomous may be a number of systems can be configured. For example, if I can configure up to 255 systems, means I can define, but you can configure up to a autonomous number. That is, you can configure from 1 to 65,535 systems you can configure. For my remembering purpose, I'm going to configure this router as 100. Okay. So type 100. Okay. Now type the network ID. You have to define which what are all the different networks have been connected to these routers. If you check here, here the one series network is connected and another is 4 series network is connected. So you have to define, that is network 192.168.1.0. Since you can configure up to a 255 system, for that reason I have defined 0. So now, so you have to define the subnet mask. But here, instead of subnet mask, you have to define the wildcard mask. Okay. So wildcard mask is what? So if you see here, students. So for example, my IP address is 192.168.1.1. So we can define up to a 255 systems. Okay. Then my IP address will become 192.168.2.1 series. So I can go up to a 255. Okay. So that means I can configure up to a 254 systems. Okay. For each and every network. For this, the subnet mask will be 255.255.255.0. So, but what is the wildcard mask? Okay, wildnet mask. So sorry, wildcard mask. So the wildcard mask is 0.0.0.255. That is the inverse of your subnet mask. So the inverse of subnet mask is the wildcard mask. Okay. Okay. Right. So the inverse of subnet mask is 0.0.0.255, and we have to define the area 0. So what does it mean, area 0? So area 0 may be, so here we are using the 3 different networks. Okay, 3 different networks with 3 different area. Okay, let us assume that this is maybe a Ambur, this may be a Vellore, or this may be a somewhat Tirupattur. Okay, 3 different network means they are using a 3 different uh, IP addresses. For that reason, I'm going to define this area as 0. Okay, right. So another network 192.168 4.0. Here also I'm defining the area 0. So all Ambur, Vellore and Tirupattur belongs to a Vellore districts, which resides inside a Tamil Nadu. For inside a Tamil Nadu, so I have defined this area as 0, right? Okay. So 2 network successfully we have configured. Give exit, exit, and exit. Okay. Now open the second router. Open the router. go to CLI mode. So click enter, type exit until we receive a greater symbol. Okay, we receive a greater symbol, type enable, configure terminal. So type router OSPF 100 belongs to the autonomous number. Give enter. Now we have to configure network. So this router are connected to 4.0 network 192.168.4.0. So 4.0, since this belongs to a subnet mask, the class C address. So the subnet mask will be 255.255.255.0. Therefore, our wildcard mask is 0.0.0.255 and area belongs to 0. Okay. So again, my network. Again, the network is connected to 2.0. Okay. And another network is connected 5.0. Right. So successfully we have configured the second router. Okay. Now I'm going to configure the third routers. Okay. Go to CLI mode, exit, 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 enable, configure terminal, router OSPF 100. Okay. Router OSPF 100. So these routers are connected to two different network 192.168.5.0. Then subnet mask is, that is the wildcard mask is 0.0.0.255 and area belongs to 0. Then network network 3.0, since this router is connected another. Okay. Three dot zero. Okay, right. So successfully we have configured all the three routers. Let us check whether it is working or not, right? So if you check from this PC to this PC, it gets successful. If you check from here to here, initially it get failed. Sorry, check from here to here, this is successful. Okay, so check from this PC to this PC, successful. Okay, so if you see in simulation mode, the packet is transferred to these switches, from switches to directly to this router. Okay, from here to here, directly it will connected router to. From here it passes to a switch, and from this switch it reaches to its destinations. Right. Successfully we have configured the our routers using OSPF, that is open shortest path first. You can check via command also. So if you open the router, first router, go to type enable. Here type command is show IP route. If you see, the router will act as a OSPF. You see here O, O and O. 192.168.2.0 which acting as a OSPF. If you see, the result for O belongs to a OSPF network, right? So you can check here also on the router, type enable, here type show IP route. See, this route is directly connected via 4.1, which acts as a OSPF. Right? Hope you understand, students. If you have any doubt or comments, please use YouTube or comment on my WhatsApp. Thank you, students.